So my name is Jason Liebman. I'm the co-founder and CEO of a startup in New York City called Howcast. Howcast is a media company. We produce, aggregate, and distribute how-to videos. Everything from how to paint a wall to how to make a margarita. You name it, we do it. So we're just on our 2-year anniversary. We started the company less than 3 years ago. My background, I used to work at Google. And I was on the Google video launch team, on the AdSense team, on the YouTube team. And what we found at YouTube was that a lot of people going online looking for a lot of reference content, all sorts of how-to content specifically, and really up until even today, a lot of that content is mostly in text content. So what we decided was saying, hey, there's a real opportunity to go out and build a media company built around informational reference content, specifically how-to content, hence the name Howcast. So what we do, we have a library of now over 200,000 videos, which includes content that we produce in-house in our studios, as well as which we aggregate as well. We also distribute our content across a network that we built out. The network includes everything from our own websites, like howcast.com. We also have a lot of mobile applications. We've been investing heavily in mobile. We have, for instance, an iPhone application, an iPad application we're about to ship. We just shipped a BlackBerry app and an Android app. It's been doing really well. And so, as well as, so we have our own and operated sites, but also we push our content out to other sites and other platforms. So we're partnered with pretty much all the major portals and websites, as well as pushing our content out to other platforms like mobile, like TV, airplanes. Our goal is to get our content everywhere. Well, from a publisher standpoint, we have an ecosystem where we have a network of publishers and content creators. And what we're doing for content creators, we're enabling them to get additional incremental distribution for their contents, as well as monetization. So we have a direct ad sales team and a variety of different ad sales efforts to help content creators monetize their content. That could be because they already have content they're publishing on their own site, and they need a video player, and they need an ad serving platform so they can monetize it. It could be because they're looking for incremental distribution off their site to places they otherwise wouldn't be able to get it. Given that we're a big aggregator of content, we're working with a lot of partners that are looking for us to ingest not only Howcast produced content, but also content from our community. In terms of instructional content and why we think how-to videos are important is number one, demand. So consumers are actually looking for this content, and the supply wasn't there. And so our goal is to create a library of very high quality, informative, engaging content to meet those consumer demands. The second piece, advertisers are, in all sorts of organizations, are looking to create a lot of high quality content that goes beyond traditional 30 seconds ads, which is primarily, historically what most companies, most video content that's been created. So we're helping organizations scale high quality content at a low cost, and then also get distribution of that content. The distribution and the use cases could be everything from brand building campaigns, customer support experiences, e-commerce experiences, social media campaigns. Like, if you want to have a great experience in a community on a platform like Facebook, that's great, but you need content to actually make that into an enriching experience, and we're helping brands do that. So search is definitely really important from a discovery standpoint. So when we actually produce our own content, as well as third-party content, we make sure it's optimized for search. So what does that mean? That means it has all the right metadata around it. Metadata is everything from the title to descriptions, transcripts. That's important because so much of this content is discovered not only on search engines like a Google or a Bing, but also video search engines. Like YouTube has become the second largest search engine just behind Google. So when you're working and thinking through SEO strategies, it's really important to make sure that content's optimized and discoverable on platforms, on video-based platforms, centric platforms as well. Yeah, so what we're seeing today is that as there is a increased need for video content for all these different use cases, everything from brand building and social media, customer support, you need video. So in order to need video, typically what we're advising brands is saying, hey, you need to come up with a strategy where you have a lot of content that's living in all these different environments. So what does that mean that every company is a media company? If you're going to have a Twitter if you're going to have a Twitter feed, or you're going to have a presence on Facebook, that's great, but you actually have to sort of make sure you're supporting those initiatives. And the way to support them is with good content, so you have good stuff to tweet out. If you maybe run a campaign where you're investing to get 1 million fans on Facebook, the goal is, well, what do you actually do with those 1 million fans, right? So when you do with them, you have to keep them engaged, or it's not worth the investment to actually get them in the first place. So what we're doing, we help our partners to say, hey, we have these platforms, let's make sure we're creating a really good, rich experience, and part of that is original content. We just came on our 2-year anniversary, so but we're continuing to do a lot of, really more of everything and just scaling it all up. So what does that mean? It's more distribution partners. We're aggressively building out our network. We have a lot of demand for our content, so we're making sure that we do everything from direct licensing deals to opening up our platform and our APIs, so people that want to ingest our content into their environment can do that, and do that in a really easy way. And also, so what are they getting? They're getting content. They're getting revenue. The next piece, we're continuing to do a lot of great work for a growing set of big brands and organizations. We're just finishing up, for instance, a campaign with GE that's been really successful. And then technology. I mean, we're continuing to invest in our platform, and mobile in particular. We just shipped a BlackBerry app. We're about to ship a iPad app. We're continuing to invest aggressively in mobile. Everyone knows video is big today, and YouTube has become this big platform. I think the challenge is that since it's all happened so quickly, the question is, what do you do? So a lot of the conversations that we have with CMOs and others, other decision makers within big organizations, is to say, okay, well, what do we know we need to do something. What do we do? So we're big believers in baby steps and testing a lot, and making sure that you sort of think about video in very creative ways that you otherwise might not have thought about. Again, that's about making sure you're having a great YouTube brand channel. You're having content that's going to live on your Facebook fan page. You have content for your own destination site, so your own website, and making sure you're creating a great environment. So we're doing a lot of work to sort of handhold our clients and partners to do this all and do it really cost effectively with a high ROI.